Namaste everyone, I hope you're doing well wherever you're in this world. You're at peace, loved, feeling happy, excited, curious, and contributing to this world in a positive way. So today I'm going to talk about tongue analysis. What is tongue analysis in Ayurveda and traditional Chinese medicine? So have you ever looked at your tongue in front of mirror and wondered what's the language of the tongue, what it wants to convey, what it maps? Tongue has a lot of information, and our ancients, our traditional healers in Chinese medicine and in Ayurveda has spent a great deal of time to understand, to decode that language. Tongue is connected to the internal organs through circulatory and energetic pathways. That is very important to understand, and if you understand them, you can decode the health of your internal organs and the circulatory pathways inside your body, which you can't openly see. So a lot is coming in this video, and in the end you'll be it will enable you to understand your tongue better and understand some anomalies that is going on, some imbalances that is going on, because tongue tells you what are the disharmony, imbalances that is happening to your body, to your organs, to your circulatory energetic pathways here and now. So it's going to be interesting. Watch the video till end. You will understand a lot about your tongue analysis today. Now, in traditional Chinese medicine, the tongue is divided into zones according to the functioning of different organs. Like the tip of the tongue represents the heart, and slightly behind the tongue there is lung, and then in the middle of the tongue there is spleen and stomach, and then at the end or root of tongue there are kidney. So kidney is at the root, and on the side there is liver and gallbladder. So this is a map of internal organs that is represented by the tongue. In Ayurveda, the zones are divided into three compartments. First is the front one, which is Vata, and the back one, the root of tongue, is Kapha. In the middle is Pitta. So Vata, Pitta and Kapha. So we see at the tongue in three different zones, and we can find out which dosha is in disharmony or imbalance. There are three important factors on the tongue, three important features that tells us the story of the tongue. If you want to understand the story of your tongue, then you have to look at it from three features perspective. Number one is color of the tongue. Number two is the coating of the tongue. And number three is the shape of the tongue. Yes, so color and coating and shape. Now, color can be red, can be purplish, can be pinkish, and can be different shades of it. But normally these are dusky tongue. So, but these broadly 3-4 are the main colors, and then there can be different shades like light red, dark red, light pink, dark pink, pink to red. So these are broadly the color, and these colors represent different things in Ayurveda and traditional Chinese medicine. I'll explain it a bit later. So first thing is color. Second thing is coating. Coating can be thin or thick, can be dry or slippery, can be yellowish coating, or can be whitish coating. So these are mainly the coatings. And then there is shape. So sometimes you see the tongue which is swollen, is flaccid tongue, too much swelling in the tongue. Sometimes you see very thin tongue, there is hardly any muscle mass. Too thin. Sometimes you see cracks on the body of the tongue. Sometimes you see teeth marks on the tongue, on the sides of the tongue. So they represent different story, and they all are very important cues for a good practitioner. But after the video, I'll explain these a bit, and you can start understanding, and you can start getting a picture of what is happening inside your body. Color, from color point of view, if the tongue is pale, then according to Ayurveda, the pale represent lack of Agni. So Agni is less Pitta, or it can be excess Kapha, because excess Kapha can basically nullify the Pitta. So pale tongue means less Agni in the body, or excess Kapha. In traditional Chinese medicine, pale tongue means Qi and blood deficiency. So both are basically deficiency, talking about deficiency. Pale represents some sort of deficiency. When the tongue is red, it represents heat in both. They call it yang in traditional Chinese medicine. In Ayurveda, they say excess Pitta. So Pitta imbalance is happening. And if the tongue is, say, purple or dusky, in that case, there is stagnation. So there is a Kapha stagnation in the Ayurveda, or there is some sort of blood stagnation or Qi stagnation. If it is purple, more like blood stagnation in traditional Chinese medicine. So it shows stagnation. Stagnation represents that purplish color. So it's sort of Ayurveda and TCM are very similar. Ayurveda says there is poor circulation happening, and poor circulation basically can lead to stagnation. All right. So now coming to the coating part. So if the coating is thick, yellowish and greasy, then it's sort of damp heat in traditional Chinese medicine. It's a sign of damp heat. In Ayurveda, this is also a sort of accumulation of ama or toxins or undigested matter. Okay. Now, if there is no coating, so in that case, TCM will say it's a yin deficiency. Vata dryness, according to Ayurveda. So fluids have been dried by the excessive Vata, which is drying in nature. So that is about coating. And the third is shape and texture. So if you see a tongue which is swollen, in TCM, swollen tongue, you see that kind of tongue with the teeth marks in it. So TCM says it's a spleen Qi deficiency. Yep. And Ayurveda says it's excess Kapha with water retention. So swollen tongue means excess Kapha, water retention. There's a lot of dampness in the body. And if there are, say, cracks in the body of the tongue, then yin deficiency according to TCM, and Vata dryness according to Ayurveda. So dryness can cause cracks, and Vata basically causes dryness. So that explains those cracks in the tongue. So these are the three important cues about these three features of the tongue: their color, coating, and the shape. Now let's look at some real world examples. Can you see this tongue on the screen? This looks a bit pale, swollen tongue with scalloped edges. So this tongue represents a spleen Qi deficient tongue in traditional Chinese medicine. Yeah. So there is spleen Qi deficiency. Spleen is deficient in Qi, and the job of spleen is to transform and transport the food, the nutrients, and that is not happening properly. And you can see in those people there is a lot of fatigue, a lot of bloating, brain fog, appetite is very poor, bowel movement is also not regular. Yeah, so these all are signs of spleen Qi deficiency, and tongue clearly is representing that an organ, as I said in the beginning of this. So you can figure out that spleen is not working well by the very shape and color of the tongue. Now Ayurveda says very similar thing. It says that a lot of kapha accumulation and weak digestion, poor Agni. So poor Agni Means very similarly, because Agni, Jatragni is coming, is an equality of the spleen. So if Agni is poor, it's not transforming food properly, and that can cause Kapha accumulation, and of course that Kapha accumulation can cause the swelling in the tongue. Now let's go to the second example. In this one, if you see the red tongue with yellow coating in the center. Now in this one, the TCM would say it's either it's a damp heat or stomach heat. Yeah. So and Ayurveda would say it's a Pitta imbalance. Pitta has aggravated with producing ama. So the person can have acid reflux, inflammation, chest pain, belching. All those symptoms will complement this kind of tongue. So yeah, so you can figure out how by looking at tongue you can actually intuitively become aware of what is happening in the organs inside the body, which you can't directly see. Isn't it interesting? Now, how you can use this wisdom for your own personal use in your daily life. Now, 3 features: color, coating, and the shape. You can, once you wake up in the morning, just stand in front of mirror and observe these 3 features and make notes, regular notes. And then you see overall, you can find out what are disharmonies that is happening based upon the information I have given you in this video. What are sort of imbalances that is happening. And remember, these disharmony, these small imbalances eventually lead to some disease. So you can catch them much earlier and prevent them from happening. Say for instance, you start seeing for past few days that there's sort of yellow coating that is developing on your tongue. It means there's Pitta increasing, or the heat is coming, maybe damp heat is coming, or stomach heat is coming up. So you can take some action. You can take appropriate herbs or spices in your kitchen to add to nullify it. So you can take like coriander, mint, those cardamom, so saunf. These are cooling herbs which is available in your kitchen. So you can add more water, hydrate yourself better, and avoid the herbs of food that is causing heat, that is more heaty in nature. By creating that imbalance, you can restore the balance much quicker than before it actually turn into some disease. So yeah, use this practical knowledge. You don't have to be some great practitioner in order to understand your tongue. You can learn by self-observing your tongue in front of mirror every morning, and in a few weeks you'll see you start getting better at it.